Hello, hello. Hi. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Wow, it's wonderful to see all of you out there right now. Wow. Welcome to the Ann Arbor District Library, our first ever Drag King Revue. Y'all can clap. Before we get started here, I want to draw your attention to a couple things. On the way in, you may or may not have seen a summer game code. So if you're a summer gamer, make sure you see that and enter that code. Also, if you have to use the restroom, you're going to head out the door you came in and go right. That's where the restrooms are. So without any further ado, let me introduce Dante Gabbana.
Thank you so much, Jacob. What's going on, Ann Arbor? How you doing? Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, first rule. I know we're in a library, so it's a little bit strange, but I do have permission. We're allowed to be loud here. And entertainers, more than anything, we like your energy. So I'm just going to let you know that's the biggest thing that you can give us is your energy and your attention. All right? So let's hoot and holler for all our entertainers. The second thing I want to talk to you guys about real quick is what we're doing with tipping this evening. Normally, at a drag show, it's average that we tip the entertainers. It started because drag was obviously not something that was mainstream, not something that we got paid for. And so it was a way that the community kind of helped the drag entertainers. It was a way that they showed their appreciation and their understanding for the fact that it costs money to get up here and do the things that we do. Later, it kind of transformed into more of kind of a connection thing for a lot of us. Just being able to make a connection with the crowd, people who want our individual attention just for that moment. And that's kind of what it has evolved to today. We're lucky enough to be appreciated by this facility that they have paid us very well to be here today. And it's a giant step for drag and for drag kings especially. Because even though drag is an underdog, drag kings are even the underdog. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big deal to have an all drag king show. It's a big deal to have us paid like we are professional entertainers. And it's a big deal for us to be here for you guys today. So thank you so much for being here. And instead of you guys reaching in your pockets to give us anything, all we want you to do is give us some of these rainbow dollars that y'all got at the door when you came in, okay? Anybody who feels like they want to come up and interact with us, these are just as good as dollars to us, okay? It's not just a paper piece, right? Your smile, your connection, your appreciation, and your love for our art is what really matters. So these are just as good as dollars for us today. The library wants this to be an event that is free for everyone, that nobody has to feel unwelcome, and that we can be inclusive to everyone regardless of financial status. And our drag kings, we want to get down with that. So I'm going to leave a couple of these here in case you guys run out, okay? Because I know you're going to love everybody so much, you're going to be like wanting to just toss them left and right, you know, like those money guns. That'd be cool, right? All right, are you guys ready to get this show rolling? I love it. You're doing so good so far. I want to bring up, he is the man of the hour, the reason that we are here this afternoon. A fabulous entertainer and a wonderful person. Please give it up for the wonderful Mr. Austin Black.
If someone told me that the world would end tonight, you could take all that I got for once, I wouldn't start a fight. You could have my liquor, take my dinner, take my fun, my birthday cake, my soul, my dog, take everything I love. But oh, one thing I'm never gonna do is throw away my dancing shoes. And oh Lord, don't try me, really not tonight. I'll lay down and die, I'll scream and I'll cry. We've already wasted our time. I'm never gonna not dance again. I'm never gonna not dance again. Oh, I just wanna pop and look to my records. They go all of my clothes. Never gonna not dance again. Dance, I'm gonna dance, bruh. so dumb. We're never getting younger, so I'm gonna have some fun. 'Cause one thing I'm never gonna do is throw away my dancing shoes. And oh Lord, don't try me, really not tonight. I'll lay down and die. I'll scream and I'll cry. You know that I'm starting a fight. I'm never gonna not dance again. I'm never gonna not dance again. Oh, I just wanna pop and look to my records. They go all of my clothes. Never gonna not dance again. Dance, I'm gonna dance, bruh. Dance, I'm gonna dance. Dance, I'm gonna dance, y'all. Dance. I'll lay down and die. I'll scream and I cry. You know that I'm starting a fight. I'll lay down and die. I'll scream and I cry. We've already wasted enough time. We've already wasted enough time. I'm never gonna not dance again. I'm never gonna not dance again. Oh, I just wanna pop and look to my records. They go all of my clothes. Never gonna not dance again. I'm never gonna not dance again. Never gonna not dance again. Dance again. The music plays till the end. Dance again. Never gonna not dance again. Dance again. The music plays till the end. Dance again. Never gonna not dance again. Dance again. The music plays till the end. Dance again. Never gonna not dance again. Dance again. The music plays till the end. I'm never gonna not dance again. So let the music play till the end. Yeah. I'm never gonna not dance again. So let the music play till the end. Why'd it stop?
That was so fantastic. I'm going to turn the mic over to Mr. Austin. He's going to talk to you for a minute, all right?
Hello, Ann Arbor District Library. Yes, come pick up this little paper money. Reuse it. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Here, take these ones. You earned it. Good work. Pound it. Yes. All right, welcome. How we feeling? Good, good. We're so excited that you're here. We're so excited to be here. As Dante said, this is a really big opportunity for all of us Kings, and we're just so grateful that you all came out. We're super excited those. We're also streaming live on YouTube right now, which is really exciting. Say hi to YouTube. So that's really exciting too. So anyone at home who couldn't make it out here today for whatever reason, or they live in Arkansas, they can watch, and it's really exciting. So we're super excited. I'm actually part of a drag group where we did 185 virtual shows during the pandemic. So this is nothing new for us, and we're very excited that we get to have that as part of our experience, even still now being in person. So yeah, let's keep this show going. You want to see some more show? All right. So hold on, I have some real money I'm gonna pick up. Sorry, you guys can't have that one. All right, this is your current reigning Mr. Trans Michigan. Please give it up for the one, the only, the incredible Michael Christian.
You stumble through your days, got your head hung low, your sky's a shade of gray, like a zombie in a maze. You're asleep inside, but you can't shake awake, 'cause you're just a dead man walking, thinking that you're only option. But you can flick the switch and brighten up your darkest day. Sun is up and the colors blinding, take the world and redefine it. Leave behind your narrow mind, you'll never be the same. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light, let it burn so bright, reaching up to the sky. And it's open wide, you're electrified. And the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive, I see it in your eyes. You believe that lie, that you need to hide your face, afraid to step outside. So you lock the door, but don't you stay that way. No one living in those shadows. You and me, we know how that goes. 'Cause once you see it, oh, you'll never, never be the same. Little bit of lightning striking, but love to keep on shining. You can prove there's more to you. You cannot be afraid. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light, let it burn so bright, reaching up to the sky. And it's open wide, you're electrified. And the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm living in the shadows now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, shining now. Come alive, come alive. Go and light your light, let it burn so bright, reaching up to the sky. And it's open wide, you're electrified. And the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And the world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in, 'cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive.
Hello? Oh, okay. Yes, Michael Christian, everyone. There we go. All right. We are on a little bit of a time limit, so normally drag shows, we like to kind of take our time. We like to eat the mic, just drag it on, keep you here forever, but we can't do that today, unfortunately. So that means you just have to come back and see us at different venues. So we're going to keep the show going. Give it up for... Oh my gosh, my brain just blanked. I know, but it's the last name that I lost. Thank you. Give it up for Dante Gabbana, everyone.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo and so much space. When you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. Ooh, but it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Probably.
Dear God, please hear me out. I know it's been a couple years since I've reached out and said hello. I bet you're wondering why I keep obsessing on and stressing all the little things when I should be living life and soaking up the memories. I know I've been selfish, I have no excuse to give you it's true. Hanging by a thread's how I live. I don't know why, but I feel more comfortable living in my agony, watching my self-esteem go up in flames, acting like I don't care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I feel. But I'm too proud to open up and ask you to pick me up and pull me out this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is I need help, but I just can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy. Yeah, been this way so long it feels like something's off when I'm not depressed. I got some issues that I won't address. I got some baggage I ain't open yet. I got some demons I should put to rest. I got some traumas that I can't forget. I got some phone calls I've been avoiding, some family members I don't really connect with, some things I said I wish I would've not let slip, some hurtful words that never should've left my lips, some bridges burned I'm not ready to rebuild yet, some insecurities I haven't dealt with yet. I'll be the first to admit that I'm a lonely soul, and the last to admit I need a hand to hold. Losing hope, headed down a dangerous road. Strange, I know, but I feel most at home when I'm living in my agony, watching my self-esteem go up in flames, acting like I don't care what anyone else thinks, when I know truthfully that that's the furthest thing from how I feel. But I'm too proud to open up and ask you to pick me up and pull me out this hole I'm trapped in. The truth is I need help, but I just can't imagine who I'd be if I was happy.
Oxytocin making it all okay. When I come back down it doesn't feel the same. Now I'm sitting around waiting for the world to end all day, 'cause I couldn't leave you if I tried. You break me then I break my rules. Last time was the last time too. It's messed up I know, but I still stand.
Yes, give it up for Dante Gabbana, everyone. I have to give a very special shout out to Dante because he made me sane for this whole event. He's been doing this for an X number amount of more years than myself. And so I was very, very nervous about today, and he was my lifeline. So give it up one more time for Dante. All right, we have one more performer in our lineup for the first set. Please give a warm welcome. He is a former national showman, 2021 former national showman. Give it up for Oliver Woodstock.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
If nautical nonsense be something you wish,
SpongeBob SquarePants!
then drop on the deck and flop like a fish!
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Ready? SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants! SpongeBob SquarePants!
I call this one the Campfire Song Song. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along. CAMPFIRESONG song. CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along. CAMPFIRESONG song. Patrick!
Song! C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E
Squidward! Good! It'll help if you just sing along. Oh yeah!
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Preparing the Krabby Patty.
I love Krabby Patties. I think that they are swell. They are the best. There's no contest. And now I'm going to yell. I love Krabby Patties. I think they're swell. They're so neat and quite a treat. And oh, I love the way they smell. La 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 la.
I knew I shouldn't have done that.
Winner takes all. It's the thrill of one more kill, the last one to fall. Who never sacrifice their will. Don't ever look back on the world closing in. Be on the attack with your wings on the wind. All the things will begin. And it's
That is Oliver Woodstock. Can you see why he is a former national showman? He just showed out. He did all that. If you had watched the back of the room, three of us are standing there like this. Can we also give it up for the fact that this human has been going through things and just did all of that, and I just am just in awe. So give it up one more time for Oliver Woodstock. While he cleans up all of his props and gets ready for the next section, we're going to do a little transition piece. So if my other kings want to come up, please welcome back Michael Christian and Dante Gabbana. We are going to transition into our panel set. Do you want to stand or do you want to sit? Oh, okay. Michael said he's too tall. He's not sitting on the floor. So we'll do chairs. So we're going to do a little panel and a little Q&A. So I have some pre-questions in my brain for our kings. If at any point you have a question that pops into your head, either you can raise your hand or we also have a mic stand that will have a microphone at it if there's enough questions and we want to start forming a line. But either way, feel free. There are no bad questions. There are no wrong questions. If you feel like the wording of your question is weird and uncomfortable, ask it anyway, because that's the only way we're going to learn, right? All right. All of our kings are very friendly people. They don't bite unless they're paid, which they didn't get paid to do that today. So, can we give it up for Jacob, our event coordinator? We are a group of kings, but leading up to this event, we were also a group of divas. So we adore Jacob and everything that he did for us to make this event possible. Thank you, Jacob. Oliver needed to change. He didn't want to stay SpongeBob for the panel. So, yeah, I was going to start with us, and then I felt by the time we got through us that he would be here. So, do you want to sit? Do you just want to stand around the chairs? Hooray. Sitting. All right, so I'm going to start with just a question first for our kings, and then we'll start going into audience questions as needed or as wanted. So the first is, I felt just a good getting to know our kings. Share a little bit about your drag journey. Is that too broad? Do you need more substance than that? Do you? I could talk for a while on that. Well, we don't have a while. Right, cut me off. But I mean, so the event, right? This is also an educational event. So, I mean, it's how many here, just by a show of hands, this is your first time seeing a drag king show?
Wow.
So see, yes, give it up for yourselves.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you.
That's really cool, you guys. Thank you all for coming, for never knowing what to expect from a drag king show. I think it's great that such a great bunch of you took, the chance on coming to see a bunch of us dance around and do what we do. So thank you very much for coming.
So I guess a little substance to help form your answer is, what got you into drag, and specifically being a drag king? Because, you could always go the obvious route of a drag queen, as the media likes to present.
You want to start, Michael, or you want me to start? Okay, go for it.
Okay, is this on? Wow. My voice back. That's a lot. I don't usually host things. So for me, when I was like 18, 19, there was a nightclub, the Rainbow Room, and I had gone to the Rainbow Room, and the host, Trixie Deluxe, she was having amateur night on Wednesdays, and she was like, hey, you have a boy's haircut, and you kind of look like a boy. Why don't you try this? So I did. And here we are, through various
just lanes of it led me to who I am as a trans man. Like looking in the mirror, it all made sense, and I still do it just to connect with all the human beings and the people and make everybody know that it's absolutely okay. Everybody has their own style of drag, right? So I lean towards the real pretty. I'm not overpainted. I'm kind of just pretty. I live my life, but yeah, I've been doing this 20 years, and it was literally Trixie was like, "Hey, you look like a boy and you know the words to a lot of songs. Can you go do this?" And then I was in a talent contest and won $50, and here we here
All
we
it
are,
takes is that
22 years later.
$50. All it takes is $50 and we're hooked.
That's it. You got a prize. I'm coming.
So my story is a little bit similar. My startup, I was about 18 years old, and somebody took me to the Rainbow Room. I had some roommates at the time. I had a gay couple living with my mom and I when I was in high school, and they frequented the Rainbow Room. And so when I was finally 18, because I had come out in high school, when I was finally 18, they're like, "Let's go." So off I went. They started performing, and I started going with them to a lot of shows and helping them kind of backstage and what have you. And then one of them decided, like, "Oh my gosh, I need to do this song, and it has a boy part in it, so you're gonna do that." And I was like,
Surprise.
okay. And prior to this, I was a very quiet, shy individual. Never really had too much to say. I was very nervous about being in front of people. I was like, "I don't know you guys," but I did it. I did it for the first time. I fell in love, and then everybody at the bar was like, "Come on, come back." I think Nikki Stevens was the host of the Wednesday night amateur night at the time that I started to go. And I decided I was going to do my own Wednesday and do my own 2 songs, and came up with my name and everything. And I went out, won my $50, and I was hooked. It's the $50. That's all you got to give us.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. So I got my start in drag when I think I was 22, maybe 23. I started in my last year of college at MSU. There was a bar called Spiral, which does not exist anymore in Lansing. They had open floor for anybody that was interested in any kind of performance art, run by a gentleman called Roger Giesman. He still does some open floor now in Lansing. So I had a friend in the oboe studio at Michigan State. I got a degree in music education playing oboe. So I went to support him, and I fell in love with it. I loved seeing everybody perform, the queens, the kings, everybody there. So eventually I was like, you know what? I should go do it myself. I also have a background in dance. I was a competitive dancer from kindergarten until like 8th grade. So I was like, well, if I can combine my love of dance and my music background, I feel like I could do pretty well in the drag scene. So I went and did some drag for a while, and then we hit the pandemic, and I was very fortunate that the scene was still available for us. We were able to do shows online and still reach out to people that could come to us for like comfort. You know, drag is still a comfort for people, for support, so we could be there for them online. And then right in 2021, the gentleman that ran the open floor shows in Lansing actually asked me to go compete for the national title that I did end up winning in 2021. And that has given me such a tremendous opportunity to show the world that non-binary people like myself are able to do anything like anybody else. I went and competed for the title National Showman, and I became the first non-binary title holder to win a Mr. System in the pageantry world ever. Through my reign, it is part of our duties to choose a platform that we are passionate about, and I chose RAIN, which is the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. So I went around the country and educated and did some benefit shows to raise some money, and I am now finishing up my first year of social work degree through Indiana University in a master's program. Thank you.
I think I saw a hand. Yes. Do you want me to come? So we have to use microphones so that the YouTube world can hear us. Do you want me to come to you? I can come to you. or Jacob can come to you. Jacob is going to
Come
come.
on over.
There we go. Don't be afraid of the stand.
Come on over.
Hello, this is specifically for Michael. Throughout your performance, the waistcoat. Where did you get it? Did you make it? And if so-
Amazon.
valid. Because
It was on Amazon, then I rhinestoned it. So,
valid, because I was like,
yeah.
the sparkles and just the cut of it, it's just so good. And I just kept looking at it like, oh my God, I kind of need it for like some cosplay, like Renaissance fair kind of stuff.
That one was for Amazon, but a lot of my costumes come from Bentley James, Emma Sapphire, Jane Black sews. So you can reach out to any queen. They'll measure you. But that one in particular was Amazon, and just I rhinestoned it myself.
Nice, because I was, especially the fabric, I was like, the sparkles.
Thank you. 1 second. Good.
So sort of, when drag started, it was obviously about people of one gender performing as another gender. And I think over time, that's become a lot more complicated. And it's not one-to-one. There's, I guess my question is, what, for you all at least, what do you think it means to do drag now? Like what makes someone a drag performer?
I'll start. For me, it's I'm a theater kid, so you're always taught that anything that you're doing in a theatrical sense is an extension of yourself. So I chose the path that I did in drag specifically because I am trans, and so it was a further extension of my masculinity, of finding myself. But I'm also now delving into my feminine side with drag, which is really fun. So I've become more of like a non-binary performer, and it's really fun to do that. I mean, you see that I have a more masculine outfit, but I did a song that was a woman's voice, and that was not common for a while for kings or queens to do an opposite gender voice in their song. So I think drag for me is just a hyper extension of yourself or who you see yourself as.
I feel like I could probably chime in on a few thoughts of that as well. I personally feel like drag is about creating a character. Whatever that character may be. It could be, your cis-born gender, the opposite gender, no gender at all, just kind of, we have people that characterize themselves as drag things nowadays. Like there really aren't boundaries. Drag is about pushing boundaries and finding where you're comfortable and experimenting and being able to do the things like Austin and experiment with using female voice performing as a king. And I think that it's important that we encourage others to try to do just that, create their own character. You don't have to be, there's no box, there's no drag box. Build your character, make it what you like, pick what you like about entertainers, and turn it into your own. Drag is about self-expression, so do what you do.
So for me, not only was drag important for me to do because drag is such a important aspect of our community. Not only was it a big journey for my own identity. I really had to think about if I was a trans person. I wasn't sure if I was a trans man, if I was a non-binary person. And somebody asked me, like, you really have to consider, is it the attention you get when you perform that makes you want to be a male? Or is it just, do you truly feel like a trans man? And after a long time performing and then coming out of that character, I really was able to recognize that I am not a trans man. I enjoy bringing joy to people when I perform, but at the end of the day, I know how I identify that I'm a non-binary person. I'm an agender person. My pronouns outside of drag are they, them, but I do not want to transition. I don't want to get top surgery. I don't want to take any kind of hormones, and I am very secure in who I am today.
For me, drag is actually how I found who I am. I'm a lot older than everybody here in the room. So, um, like I said, when I got in drag and I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, see, there we are. That's where it is. But then I had my own personal struggles as I got on hormones, and my beard's real, and I've had top surgery, and do you still perform or do you move on? And there's my own personal struggles within the community that I've had to, battle in my head. But for me, drag's a character, and Michael at home is I'm outside in the pool with my nephew, and here I'm living my life through emotions, through every song, and every drag entertainer is different. I come out here and I have a slow walk and I wink at y'all, and it's real cute. And then they're running around doing cartwheels and things. So drag is different for everybody, but like Dante was saying, your character is your character, and it helped me find who I am in my life outside. But in addition, my character as Michael Christian has still grown. So, yeah.
We did have, if we're going in order, people, there was a hand up front before the line formed. Did we want to jump to this person real quick, Jacob? Oh, Dante has it. Thank you, Dante.
Okay, first off, before my question, I had a comment. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed every single one of your performances. It was amazing, and thank you for being here tonight. My question kind of piggybacks off that. I really enjoyed it, and where do we go locally to see Drag King performances?
So the question was, where do you go locally to see Drag King performances? Does anyone have a regular place they want to talk about, or Oliver does? Hold up, Oliver had a thing.
Okay, so the gentleman I had mentioned before, where there used to be Spiral, he has now moved on to what is called a location called Urban Beat in Lansing. He has a show, I think, every other Monday. It starts at 7 p.m. and it's called Urban Beat in Lansing.
And then, honestly, for Kings, that show's like a newcomer show. So for Kings, I'll be real honest, it's a struggle. We're very lucky to have this show. We're not often booked. We're very often overlooked. I work in Gigi's. I'm a bartender there. I've been there for 20 years, and I am never booked on their major show night. So there's not a real regular thing. I would suggest just following your social media. Austin works with Jaden Black. Dante and I work together. Oliver is just coming off surgery, so he's going to be popping back up in life. But I would just follow Motor City Drag Kings and Boylesque. They're the two most people that book Drag Kings. It's sad, but true. We are often overlooked, and you are at a very, very special show tonight. We are never booked anywhere, so congratulations.
So part of that means that some of the responsibility comes onto you guys too, because we need all of our allies and people who like Drag King shows to ask for Drag King shows. So if you're at a queer event and you see entertainment and you would like to see Drag Kings, go ask somebody. Go ask a bartender, make a message, put it in a suggestion box, send them a note on Facebook. Those are the kinds of things that help people look our way. And in addition, it's not exactly super local, but in Royal Oak, I have also been lucky enough to be granted a monthly Drag King show at Pronto. And we are there every second Sunday of the month. It is an afternoon show. The show does start at 2 o'clock. They have a full brunch menu and, all of the things. So it's a nice day trip if anybody's looking for that. But most of the responsibility comes back on you guys. We need your help. We can't do it all on our own. You guys have to ask, because ultimately they want to know who can they book to bring some people. So that comes from you guys.
Good question. Thank you.
So as a person that identifies with being a female, are there female drag kings? And if there are, even though you sort of answered that by saying you create the character, but would it feel like sort of taking away from the people that struggle with gender identity to have someone that seems to be clear in their identity about being a female to be a drag king.
Michael kind of pointed me out just a little bit. I live every day as a female. My pronouns are she, her. And similarly to Oliver, I struggle, honestly, still to this day, presenting in my everyday life. I'm very comfortable on stage with who I am, and I'm very comfortable in the fact that, like Oliver, I don't want to transition, but I also have a hard time kind of differentiating between if I want to be, non-binary or just, remain she, her. It's not anything that I've ever felt super pressed upon, and I enjoy being able to create a character that is more of a drag king versus someone who would be like a male impersonator or something like that. To me, drag king is like a little bit different. I'm got stones and glitter and whatnot, and then there's male impersonator, and they really are very masculine, less feminine, actions and things like that in their performances. And really, it's just a whole spectrum of kind of things, and we've all, I think, gone through the struggle of trying to figure out ourselves and our personal day-to-day life versus ourselves in the drag community, because it's nice to get attention, So when you get attention on stage, you're like, wait a minute, this is what's up. I'm gonna be Dante all of the time. But then you try to be Dante all the time, and it's a lot of work. So I don't wanna be Dante all the time, you know what I mean? So it's different for each person. It's also something that we talk about in our household as well. I'm not sure if you're meaning specifically drag kings, like with beards, but my household, we speak about female by female drag entertainment and where that kind of lies in the community. I have 2 young daughters, and they come to my shows when they can. And our youngest, just recently asked my partner, so can I do like Cassie does, which is my name, can I do like Cassie does, but not be a boy? Can I still just be a girl? And we're like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. So it's a new day. Take it and run with it.
Cool. Thank you.
So I was curious whether you always have like the same persona, and or if also how you kind of came to it, if you have a favorite persona or this persona that you have today.
I don't always have the same persona. I'm actually, as currently, if you can notice, I'm a little more shy and quiet in life. But if you put the music on, I'm not gonna dance. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna do cartwheels. That's not my thing. But it doesn't work. I'm not throwing my head 6 feet at the ground. It's just not happening. But if someone says, "Hey, it's Michael Christian," so when I leave here, I'll put glasses on, take my contacts out, take the makeup off. But Michael Christian, he's a little more smooth. He'll flirt with you. There's a wink. There's a finger gun. We're gonna live our lives. But if I go home and you try to talk to me, no, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I gotta get in my pool. I don't know what y'all are saying. So my persona as Michael is absolutely a full fantasy, living my life. And when I go home, it's really not. And despite the hormones and the fact that my beard's real and the surgery, it's really and truly, if I put this foundation on and my contacts in, I'm a totally different person for me.
I think another important aspect, like I was talking about, like coming into my gender identity, was the character you build. You don't have to also put in all your personal life into it. You can take out of all your life problems, your traumas, whatever. Your character is just this beaming, exciting, joyful person. But when you look at Oliver, I'm always doing a character. You saw me do SpongeBob. Everyone knows Oliver as they're gonna do their Milan number. Oh my gosh! But I chose to do SpongeBob today because I figured a lot of children would be here, and who doesn't like candy, So I'm just a very bubbly person. But then if you were to see me at my house, I'd probably just be chilling and doing homework. I'm actually quite the introvert, but my character remains the same. I'm always gonna be a very bubbly person. So.
My character's pretty much the same. My persona kind of stays the same. It's evolved over time, I guess. But it came from me watching other entertainers, both in drag and in other forms of entertainment, taking what I liked from them on stage and making sure that I incorporated that into my type of performance. If you're meaning differentiate between being on stage and off stage, totally different guy. Totally different person. I try to live pretty visible through like social media and stuff. I struggle a lot with mental health. I'm neurodivergent. I am a step parent to two beautiful children, and I'm the primary caregiver at home, and I struggle a lot with that. I try to be vocal about that stuff because I'm human. You know, putting us up there and under a spotlight for, 5 or 6 minutes or whatever, it creates a fantasy that we're like this all the time, and that's just not the case. We're human, we struggle, we cry, we hurt, we're human, So I try to live that and show that to everybody that, it's okay to have your emotions and to do whatever.
Okay, we're gonna take our last question. What's your question?
I want to know how long it takes for you all to get ready for the show.
It depends on if I'm in a hurry or just having fun.
Are you doing a church face?
I'll be real honest. I had a booking before this. I forgot my makeup, and I was just in 2 other drag queens' makeup, and it was 20 minutes, and I'm not sure what showed up today, but you're all welcome. If I can take my time and just we're talking with friends, having a few drinks, living our lives, making phone calls. It can take me 2-3 hours, and I know it looks real basic, but I get real distracted. It's and then if I have time, we should highlight this, we should try this, we should do this, but I can do it between 10 minutes and 3 hours, honestly.
I'm gonna piggyback off that and say it's very similar. Like the more time that you have, the more that you just keep doing and you keep adding and you keep adding more, and then you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do in my face? So it's kind of the same thing. The look I did today was 2.5 hours. But I mean, if I really wanted to, I could throw something together in like 20 minutes.
For me, to do my face takes about an hour. As I was saying before, I'm not on any type of hormones, so very feminine face underneath all the makeup. Then, because I'm a dancer and I incorporate dancing in every single one of my numbers, it takes about 30 minutes to stretch. And then I feel like chest binding. I do have to put a chest binder on. I think it's also important to talk about chest binding in here if we have a moment. If there's anybody in the room that is looking to start chest binding or is unable to receive top surgery or whatever and looking to start chest binding, please look into safe types of chest binding. So do not use duct tape. Do not use anything that is going to cause more damage to you. There's things like trans tape. There's tons of different types of chest binders online you can find. There's tons of resources out there. If you were to look up your local resource, like LGBT Resource Center, I am sure that they would have information on that. So the less damage you do now before you potentially are able to receive a top surgery, if that is something you want to do, the better outcome you have to actually get top surgery in the future.
Yeah, talking about chest binding is really important, and I know we're bearing on the time limit here, but I feel pretty confident in saying that if anybody needs any kind of resource direction, has a question, any of those kinds of things, these are 4 individuals that I'm pretty certain you can reach out to on any of our social media platforms if you have further questions. Sometimes it takes us a little bit, to respond because we have lots of stuff going on and whatever, what have you, but your questions are all super important to us, and it matters to us to be able to help you and guide you in whatever aspect that we're able to. It takes me about an hour and a half to get ready.
Thank you so much for coming out. Give it up one more time for Michael Christian. Oliver Woodstock. Dante Gabbana.
And of course, the reason that we're all here, please give it up for the fabulous Mr. Austin Black.